Hello everyone! Today we are going to do a pose breakdown. We're going to talk a little bit about dolphin. So there's lots of variations of dolphin, but really what we're trying to do is open the back, open the shoulders a little bit, create some space in the side bodies. It's a really nice prep pose for headstand, Shirshasana. So we'll talk about that posture in another video, but today I really just want to focus on dolphin, a couple different variations, a couple cues within the posture to hopefully make it feel a little bit better for you. Sometimes dolphin can get a little tight. So we will go ahead and start. I want you just to come to your elbows. And I want you to take your hands and I want you to grab opposite biceps here. So we do this a lot in yoga to make sure that we're truly shoulder distance within the elbows here. So I want you to check that. We'll test. And I want you to drop your forearms and interlace your hands. So I don't want you to push your palms together. There's a little bit of space between your palms, but you're gonna push through the outer wrist, and then you're gonna push down through the whole forearm, all the way back to the elbow. You feel that? And then before you bear any weight, what I want you to do is pay attention to where those shoulders are. Sometimes they have a tendency to creep up here by our ears, right? And our traps get all jammed up. What I want you to do is think about drawing the shoulder blades down the back so that if you took your head left to right, you would have all this freedom in your neck. That way we just make sure we're not holding any tension there. We'll check back in with that quite a few times in dolphin. So your shoulders are set. Shoulder blades are drawing down the back. I want you to curl your toes and lift your hips into our first dolphin pose. Right, so the tendency is maybe to stay a little bit forward in dolphin, which puts a lot of stress on the front shoulder. What I want you to do is see how far back, maybe just a few inches. It doesn't have to be a lot even, right? So that if you looked back, your neck is released. You could see your toes, maybe even looking up towards those kneecaps. Okay, now the first dolphin, I want you to just be what you want to be, okay? So if you want to rock to the tiptoes, rock to the heels. If you want to bend one knee, bend the other, right? If your hamstrings are really tight, you might want to stay bent knees for a while in dolphin, especially if it's new to you. Watch the shoulder blades down the back. Make sure the neck stays free, the jaws free of any tension. And take one more breath in. And for the release on dolphin today, what we're going to take is a child's pose variation. Knees drop down, hands reach back. And the reason that I like this variation is because when the forehead comes to the mat, go ahead and put your forehead down, the shoulders can really just release and be heavy here. Okay? So take it just a few more breaths. You want to take all that activity out of the shoulders because we're using this as a resting pose in between the postures. So we don't want to keep activity in the shoulders during the rest. So nice and slow, come back up. Okay, you're going to set it up again. Elbows come down, interlace those hands, and draw your shoulder blades down your back, free your neck space, curl the toes, lift the hips up. All right. So on this second dolphin, we're going to talk about the legs. I want you to fire those legs up. Legs are strong. Let's use that strength. And as you engage the quads, you're going to feel the kneecaps lift. That's what you want. Okay, those legs are strong and the heels have a heaviness about them, similar to downward facing dog. We're not forcing them down to the mat. They'll drop as our practice progresses, but for now, be okay with where they're at. Neck is free. Take one more breath. And exhale slowly, knees come down, hands reach back. Give it a few moments. Okay, so the next variation, we're gonna take those hands, we're gonna press them palms face down, all 10 fingers press firmly down into your mat. Shoulders, all right, down your back, free your neck space, okay? I want you to find that strong foundation in your hands, pressing down evenly, curl your toes, lift your hips up. So this variation, if the shoulders are open enough, feels okay. If this doesn't feel okay, you can absolutely go back to hands interlaced. What we're going to do is ground through that left foot as you reach your right foot up into space. Okay? The tendency is to open the hip here. We want a closed off hip. So nice strong line. The spine stays nice and straight. Reach back through the ball of the foot. Sometimes people like their heel.
Take one more breath here. And then exhale, right foot comes down. Inhale, left foot lifts high to the sky. Again, keep moving those shoulder blades down the back so the neck doesn't get crowded. Reach through the ball of the foot. Take another breath. Find that long line of energy. And then exhale, the left foot down. Slowly, knees come down. Hands reach back. Forehead rest on your mat. And just some nice strong breaths. All right, slowly coming up. We're going to take my favorite variation of dolphin. We call it dolphin kisses because that's kind of what you're going to do here. Your hands are going to be interlaced for this one because it's a little bit easier to hold the stability within the posture with hands interlaced on this one. Curl your toes, lift those hips. So the hips are reaching high to the sky. We don't want to overarch the back because we need the pelvis to stay neutral. So just think about that tailbone reaching back. Good. This time, here we go. I want you to look up towards your thumbs. Whether we get all the way to our thumbs or not, debatable. So we're going to just look towards them. We're going to inhale as we move our chin towards them. And on the exhale, the strength comes from the shoulders, pressing down into the forearms, lifting the hips up. Side bodies get a stretch. Here we go. Inhale as we move the chin towards the thumbs. Exhale as we push away. A couple more times. Inhale as you move towards your thumbs. Exhale as you push away. Now keep moving, keep breathing. If you want less, then don't come all the way to the thumbs. If you want a little more, you can take the chin a little past the thumbs. Hips are still high, legs are still strong. Let's take one more. Inhale. And exhale, push it back. Pause at the end of this one. Feel all that space in the lats and the side bodies. Hips are high, legs are strong, neck is free. Take one more strong breath. Stay with me. And exhale with an intention, the knees drop. The hands reach back and the forehead rests on the mat for one more breath. And then when you're ready, come up nice and slow, just sitting back on the heels if that feels okay for you. So you feel the heat, a little heat in those shoulders. What we are doing in dolphin is setting up for Shirshasana, which is the headstand variation. So if you have that in your practice, now would be a good time to get into that. We're not going to pose breakdown headstand in this video. That'll be a separate video. So just know that that's kind of what we're working towards, opening the shoulders, the upper back to prep for that pose. So that's it for dolphin. Quick and to the point. And just kind of look forward to these videos as far as kind of linking them together. Once we get a lot of them made, we can kind of start picking little pieces of the puzzle to put together. But for now, you can put this video at the beginning of your practice, at the end of your practice, even if you just want to build some shoulder strength, build some heat, okay? Until next time, that is your pose breakdown for today. Have a good night, yogis. See ya.